Hello YouTube, hi, my name is Mark and this is Nixon Motorsports. If you're new to this channel, we're all about motorsports, from racing to exotic cars and even simulators. Right, so a really quick recap on the Lotus Emira. If you haven't seen the previous videos, we've had issues with our Lotus Emira. Now, we purchased this December last year, 2024, and at only, I think, 60 miles on the car, we had the first troubleshooting lights come on. Unfortunately for the engine, it's been at the dealership most of the time. We've had very little time actually driving the car. So outside of it looking beautiful, I could not tell you at this point, you know, how much we like it or dislike it and so on. So there's that. Now, just where are we at and why have we been having issues? Apparently, AMG, which is the engine that we have in the car, it's the M139 motor, and apparently they've had issues with this over the last couple years, AMG that is, where in their manufacturing process, somehow the engine casting for the block, they were not able to get all the sand out of the block in the manufacturing process. And the problem with that is that, as you might think, you know, sand in a engine is not a good idea. But primarily the issues have been in the cooling system, and that was the problem that we had. So the AMG engine itself, through the first air codes of fault, when we had about 60 miles on it, we've had it to the dealership. They flushed it out, swapped parts out. Anyway, speed forward. So where are we at now? The car is at the dealership again. This is round 2. It's been there for about a month. They've been waiting for parts, and from what they're telling me, probably another month yet. So on round 2, they're replacing the auxiliary thermostat again. And per AMG's recommendation, they will be replacing the main thermostat, which I believe is just mechanical. And they're going to attempt to do some kind of a power flush through the cooling system. You know, in talking to them, and think about it, so sand in a cooling system, the bigger issue there is that sand more than likely would probably catch or stay in radiators, you know, intercoolers, things like that, that will be very difficult to actually get the debris out of the system. So we'll see. If they're not able to get it out this round, they'll have to replace parts such as, you know, radiators and intercoolers, right? So we'll see. But that's what's going on. Now, if you think about it, you know, with this casting manufacturing problem where they've had sand residue in the engine when it was assembled, it makes you think and wonder, okay, well, that's cooling system, not that big of a deal, but what if it's in the oiling system, oil passages, that kind of thing? Apparently, there have been a couple cases where customers, Mercedes, AMG customers, have had sand contaminants in the oil passages, which would be seriously bad, right? So I've asked the dealership to get an oil sample out of the car. They're going to send that off for analysis to verify, you know, if we have any kind of debris in the oil, just to check that box, make sure that that is not a problem, right? So that's where we're at. Again, I can't tell you at this point if we love the car or hate the car. We're going to continue going through this process. It is a beautiful, stunning looking car. The engine, the powertrain should be a very strong powertrain with, you know, tune-up options as well, which sound kind of interesting. But, you know, at this point, I got to say, you know, what, 4 months or so into it, the car basically at the dealership back and forth. Really, what a bummer. But anyway, that's it for this video. I wanted to share where it's at, why you haven't heard anything on it, and once we get the car back from the dealership, We'll go through this round again. I'll let you know if the problem was resolved or what other findings we may have on it. Okay, but that's it for this video. Appreciate you watching. Until next time, ciao.